increase of productivity by 26%. Here's where it all started for me. I started, I was a chemical engineer, Cornell University. I finished there, and then I started working in a process plant, right? Okay. And one of my first jobs is to actually automate one of the processes in the plant. So my generation of chemi, sure, we were, of course, developing different unit operations, but we were bringing in process controls for the first time. So the way to think about it, before then, processes were controlled by operators. You had somebody sitting there watching the reactions occur, looking at pressure and temperature and rates and flows, and it would go through some dynamic, and then they would observe it episodically when you weren't talking about who got drafted that week in football, okay? And then you would episodically intervene and say, oh, I need to change this. I need to add more of this, take more of this away. And the reaction would move in this sort of a form. Okay, introduce compute. Now you go from episodic observation, 60, now you're observing 60 times a second. Now I can observe 60 times a second, whether or not you're talking about football at all. Not just let you know, you can now intervene. So the second part of that was now make an intervention, do the calculus, do the math, and what is the proper intervention? So you go from this sort of a control paradigm to this type of a control paradigm.